Today we're going to go through a frequently asked question, and that's how to read an electricity bill. Obviously, the most important part of the bill is going to be the account balance, but we're going to get an understanding how your retailer has calculated that balance figure. This example is a great bill to open as it's in credit. So we've flipped the bill over, and the first thing that we want to check is, are the meter readings actual reads or estimates? Now, each retailer will have a slightly different layout or structure that their bill appears. This is going to be familiar with your AGL, or in this case scenario it's a Power Direct account. If it's with another particular retailer, it's going to have a slightly different structure, but you're going to be still looking for that same terminology. So after establishing which elements of our meter reads are accurate or estimates given by our electricity retailer, we can come down and work out how they've given us our account. So you can see the general usage, which is the electricity that we buy back from the network. We're paying 37.8 cents. Over this 90-day period, I bought 620, and that came in at $234. Now, controlled load, as I have a storage electric hot water service. Now, just to clarify, this meter reading comes up as an estimate, and I double checked it with the reading within my switchboard, and it was roughly accurate. I'm not sure why they've given me an estimate, as both my M tariff or general usage and J tariff are both smart meters, but one is an actual and the other one is an estimate, which is quite a unfamiliar anomaly. Now, moving down, obviously I get sent a paper bill, which cost me an extra $1.59. Now, the interesting part of a solar electricity bill will be it will have a credit section. Now, this can be called solar feed-in tariff. In this case, it's called standard feed-in tariff, and we're receiving 14.2 cents for 1 kilowatt hour of electricity produced and sent back to the grid. Now, what this bill doesn't give us, and what we can't see, is the usage that our home is consuming off of solar generation. As the solar is, as we call it, behind the meter, this is probably the most misunderstood area of a bill when clients first get this credit section and will say to us that their solar has only saved us the feed-in tariff. That is only the excess generation from your solar that you're not consuming and is getting sent back. So if we take our feed-in tariff, the total amount of units, and divide that by the billing period of 90 days, we get 70 kilowatt hours of extra generation that we're sending back to the grid, and the usage, we add those two together. So general usage and controlled load, divide that by our billing period of 90 days, and voila, we see our average daily usage. Now, as I mentioned, that figure is not including what we have generated from our solar and consumed. So another part of my bill that might not appear on yours is that 20% pay on time discount, which is given to only the general usage and controlled load component, as the account is in credit. So we're not at risk of losing that 20% pay on time discount. Now, there's a few things on my electricity bill that might not be on yours, and your electricity bill might have more things such as different usage rates. That is up to the plan that you've selected with your particular retailer, and like I was saying earlier, the different structural layout of your account. Now, I hope this has helped in terms of understanding what your bill will look like post solar installation, or if you're looking at getting solar, giving you a better understanding of what these components within your account are. If you have any further questions, please feel free to either email, message, or give us a call. I hope we can develop a strategy to get your account in credit as well. Thanks for watching.